butter, boss. Thank you, boss.
Maki, can you please proceed?
Acknowledgement of the parties.
There we go. There we go, Maki. All right. Well, here are our, well, since our acting moderator today is not yet in, let me just do his role. First of all, we will not exist without the support of these people. One is the special partner institutions, which you can see there. They've been with us all throughout. They're kind of our steady base. Next slide, please. Here are corporate members. RI Chemical. We're glad to say Manila Carlos is here. He's been a real rock, and he's probably one of the best leaders in the country in the industry right now. Bounty AgriVentures, with, of course, Jerry Calapios here all the time, and Fast Laboratories, Ray Kangion, etc. Here are members. You know, the one who's interesting is Cesar Virata, who comes from time to time. We have, of course, maybe the president of MAP, Attorney Ben, is really one of our fantastic leaders. He's in the other big category. But here we have people like Robert Yupanco, who's going to chair this in a while, right? Vicky Waineke. Anyway, you can look at that, okay? And then, hello? All right. Okay. Now, since Robert's not here, I will proceed to start this by introducing our guest speaker. We are honored to have no less than the chair of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines. You know, microfinance has helped those we cannot reach, and this is very central to our advocacy to get to those we cannot reach. And I've asked him to say a little bit about himself and then proceed with his talk. But before we do that, let us get a brief snapshot, right? He has over 21 years of service for the Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation, board member, of course, the Microfinance Data Sharing Credit Bureau, etc. Graduate from UP, besides BS Economics. But the interesting about this is that he has these innovations. That's why maybe it's the chairs, and very innovative there. And as you might have seen, there are 4 figures I want to highlight, right? One is gets new members. That's hard to do. And, you know, among that, you're going to get banks who are so hard to get into this, right? Banks, they don't like to help small guys because it's high risk. He's going to get numerous like banks. Secondly, he will get these loan officers, you know, because people, they lend money, they don't know, you know, if you'll come back there where they get depressed, they don't want to lend anymore to. He's going to do that, right? New ways of lending. Third one, he's going to approach for different market segments. You know, they think micros are all the same. He has this marketing skill of looking at each segment with different products, right? And finally, it's going to go into non-financial services because microfinance usually just finance, so that would be most fascinating. So it is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you Gombi Stephen Maramba. I request him to give a few minutes about himself, and then at some point he'll give us the contact number. He's also very generous, you know. He's going to give us his cell number so we can call him anytime, which most people don't want to give out. So he'll give this talk. As we know, our ideas from 8 to 9 is going to be the formal meeting. We want the talk Gombi to be less than half an hour, so we're going to have lots of open forum time, if possible only. And then from 9 to 10 is the informal session, where actually 80% stay behind, right? Okay, so on that note, welcome Gombi to our MAP Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation. And we know that for that to succeed, right, the microfinance is an extremely critical part. Okay, Gombi, thank you for coming, and please take it away.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that introduction. Good morning, everyone. I am Gombi Maramba. I am from Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation. It is a microfinance institution. And at the same time, I have been a board of MCPI for since 2002, and now I am the chair of Microfinance Council of the Philippines. And yeah, for me, I started microfinance in Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation 21 years ago. I started in the research department. I was the research officer until I became the head of the department, and now I am the director for operations of Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation. And what made me stay in the foundation and in my work is that during the time when I started microfinance, we were always in the field. I would stay in the branches, and the thing that really struck me most was that during the time that I was new to this, we would go to center meetings and talk to our clients. That every time they always pay. They always pay. We always have a 98, 99% repayment rate. And if you go to their houses, you can see a certain impact that that is being delivered to them. Then they have their business. They were able to send their children to school, and for me at that time, this thing that microfinance, especially the Grameen type microfinance that was invented by Professor Yunus in Bangladesh, it's like a theory that's really working. And from there on, we saw so much thing that we can go into. We can evolve into so much more. At that time, it was just 1,000 loan per client per cycle. In each cycle, or the loan term is 1 year. So that's very, very small. And now, from there, you can see later in my presentation that it has evolved to multiple loans and to really higher amounts. And still, there is that need, and people are still taking that loan, and there is continuous growth. So I think there's so much more that we can still do in microfinance. The Grameen model started here in the Philippines in 1989. It's a bit young. Of course, before in 1989, there would be some kind of, I know that microfinance already existed through cooperatives and rural banks and other institutions, but the one that we are doing right now, which is the Grameen or the ASA method, mostly followed by most of the NGOs here. It's relatively new for me, and there's so much thing that we can do, and so yeah, that's why I'm really hopeful with this, and because it's we're still a young group, and I know that there are so many possibilities coming. So can we proceed to the presentation?
Please do. Yes, please do.
Okay, thank you. So by the way, I am here with Alan Sikat. Alan Sikat is the Executive Director of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines. And next slide, please. So in this presentation, we will give the definition and the importance of microfinance, what is microfinance in the Philippines, and the trends and the innovations. Next slide, please. So, there's a slide before that. Sorry. Okay. So microfinance is actually, as I've said, it started, the Grameen type of microfinance started in 1989 here in the Philippines with ASHI. And ASHI is Ahon sa Hirap Incorporated. We and the WTF also started the same year, but we at a later month. So although microfinance existed before that, mainly through co-ops, but the loan range was just from 1,000 on the first loan until ideally up to 300,000. But during that time, the average loan was still very low, and most of the term were 1 year. The clients during that time when we started was identified as the bottom 30%. Now it has evolved into the unbanked. So even though they're not part of the bottom 30%, as long as they don't have access to capital, we consider them as part of our target clients. So the big difference is that there's a simplified loan procedure, non-collateralized. The idea is to give better access so that most of the people can apply for a loan for capital for business. But the mission is really to be able to reach those that the banks cannot reach. So that's why access is very easy, and then the payment schemes are also very easy because most of these are really low income. Next slide, please. So the importance of microfinance, as Yunus said before, is that it is the difference here in the world is that people who have money is the one that have access to more capital through banks. But those who do not have money do not have access. So if we can give access to poor people to capital, then it would, the theory is that it would improve the economy and help more people better and improve their lives. So we would build more created exclusive financial systems that would include more people. Even like as of now, most of the microfinance doesn't even have an age limit. Next slide, please. So most of the players here in the Philippines, there's a lot of cooperatives, but the one with the biggest range are the microfinance NGOs. But we also have rural banks and chief banks who are microfinance oriented, and of course lending investors and other finance companies. Next slide, please. So all microfinance NGOs are registered with the SEC, but for those who have more of a social focus kind of an NGO that make sure that we have a good social performance, we now have the MNRC, which is the Microfinance NGO Regulatory Council, which regulates us to make sure that we are doing our job and we are achieving our mission in the field, our vision and our mission. So right now we have 30 accredited microfinance NGOs with 70 billion billion portfolio. Next slide, please. So rural banks and PIF banks are supervised and regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. These are the bank microfinance-oriented rural banks, and there are around 150 rural banks with 1.7 million clients and 11.4 billion portfolio. Some of them, in a way, really got classified into a microfinance-oriented rural banks, wherein their portfolio cannot exceed, their microfinance portfolio cannot be less than 50% of their total portfolio. Next slide, please. So cooperatives are supervised by the CDA. There are thousands of cooperatives. We all know this. They have been existing even before us. They do have their own members. They create their own fund. Some of them are donated, or some of them they loan. But these cooperatives are like, some of them could be very big right now. But there are thousands of small cooperatives with small membership that gives out microfinance loan to its members. So there are a lot of cooperatives out there also doing microfinance. Next slide, please. So most of our funds, before we have the PCFC, the Philippine Credit and Finance Corporation, and NLSF, the National Livelihood Support Fund, but now we don't have that. Most of our loans right now comes from banks and other commercial loans, savings from our clients, especially the cooperatives. That they utilize their savings to give new loans to their members. So most of our clients are female, average age of 44, age range from 20 to 70. 90% of them are married, having 3 to 4 children. 42% have graduated high school, and 32% have elementary education only. The last statement there that they engage in non-agricultural enterprise is that because before we always require weekly repayment, so their primary business should not be at the start, should not be agriculture, because agriculture cannot give you a weekly income, but they only give you income upon harvest. But now a lot of microfinance institutions are doing agriculture, also micro-agri, that wherein payment is done upon harvest. So we are now moving towards agriculture. Next slide, please. So an example of a microfinance loan program. Usually the initial loan amount is 5,000. Most microfinance would still give out loans like 1,000, especially for clients that would like to rest. They don't need the capital first as of now, but they want to rest, so they just loan the minimum of 1,000 until such time that they need capital. Then they would loan again a bigger amount. The interest rate is between 2 to 3.5% a month. That is true. That is 24 to 42% per annum nominal. Effective rate, actually for me this is too low. Effective rate could even reach up to 90%. But and the loan term is between 3 to 12 months. But now we have some MFIs have other loans that have evolved into like asset acquisition loan, that they could buy transportation, trucks, land, which the loan term could even be more than 1 year, up to 5 years. Let me just explain the interest rate here. We have studies before, like before we have this international organization like Microfinance Transparency, wherein they computed the effective rates of most microfinance institutions, and there are certain rates. Most MFIs that are reaching the poorest clients are those that are having a higher effective rate. That was the study. Why is that so? First of all, the cost of going into the more rural areas, delivering the services to the poorer clients are much higher. Second, most of the poorer clients need more services other than just loans. So they have more of these non-financial services, which I will explain later on. So like, for example, in our case, we always have like medical missions. We have all those things that are they're not part of the loan, but these are non-financial services that we think that is essential in order to increase the income of our clients. So there are other MFIs that would operate mainly purely financial, that would just give out loans and collect. So they give out loans for capital. The clients would invest it in their business and they pay the loans. These are more efficient MFIs because it's only one product and they can survive with a lower interest rate. But there are other MFIs also that what the clients like are not only the loans, but all these other non-financial services. So that makes the cost higher. Next slide, please. So with regards to the Philippines, we are relatively a developed microfinance industry. We are in the top in the Asia, number 3 in the world. It has been that for so many years. The BSP has, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas has really made their policy more conducive into microfinance. So we are one of the premier microfinance country in the world now. Next slide, please. So the microfinance in the Philippines, we have the 30 microfinance NGO that is accredited by MNRC. We have over 5,000 MFI branches in the Philippines, on all like on NGOs, banks, and co-ops. Active clients are around 10 million and 50,000 employees and around 80 billion loans outstanding. Next slide, please. So from the single loan that we have before, like 1,000 loan for 1 year, we have really evolved right now into going into agriculture, going into assets and machineries and housing and utilities. The next slide are some of the examples that we have right now. So right now, these are the range of products and services that different MFIs. I'm not saying that there is one MFI that offer all of this, but these are the types of loan products that is available right now, that is being offered by different MFIs. So we evolved into housing, utility, water connection, and electricity connection, loans for additional capital, productive asset, educational loan, micro-agri, SSS, calamity, and PhilHealth loans, calamity loans, gadget loans, especially during the pandemic. A lot of our clients wanted gadgets in order to be able to market online. community loans. These are loans that is not given to an individual, but to a group of clients that wanted to have a common business. So it becomes a second income for them. Aside from their individual business, they have a common business. And then we also evolved into loans for family members. It's not just enough that the nanay or the mother has a business, but sometimes the husband or a child would like to also have their business, so they can loan through their mother, through their nanays. And of course, there are still others there. The idea is that sometimes if we wait for their income to increase, it would be like it would take so long for them to be able to repair their house. It would take them too long to be able to have electric connections, and these are all essential to yeah. And those are very important for their development. So instead of waiting for them to be able to buy all these things or be able to afford to repair their homes, expand into a new business, so why not give them a loan since they have already been a good client for so long? So that's why we expanded into all these type of loan to be able to give them everything that they need in order to maximize their development. Then another thing that we came into, it started around 2001, 2002, wherein we went into microinsurance. Now, some microfinance institutions have their own. They have their mutual benefit associations. Some would partner with insurance companies, but we offer them life insurance, retirement programs, memorial plan, and even hospitalization. The thing about microinsurance is that when we started doing microinsurance, there was a problem because some people they believe that once they have life insurance they would die. That's what they would explain to us in the field. Once they have a memorial plan, then within the year you'll die because you already have a memorial plan. And it took us a long time to really convince them that they need us. Now it is one of the top product that they want. They stay with us. They stay with us because a lot of our clients stay with us because of the insurance. These are things that they cannot get without the microfinance institution. They cannot just go into an insurance agent and be able to get their own life insurance because most of them are not tailored to their needs. It's more expensive. But what we did here is that we have insurance programs that are within their price range and that are very tailored to the needs of our clients, and and it's now getting more popular. The memorial plan that we had, we partnered with a lot of funeral parlors, and once they die, they'll be able to get all the services instantly. Everything is taken care of. The family doesn't have to worry. This is also getting very popular because most of the nanays doesn't want their family to worry about what will happen to them in case they pass away. So yeah, the microinsurance really has is one of the popular products that we have right now. Next slide, please. Then we have the non-financial services. So the non-financial services is these are things that we think that would lessen their vulnerability. Like same with the insurance, these non-financial services would increase their capacity and lessen their vulnerability. And in order for them to increase income and steadily increase income and develop, we really have to protect them. And these non-financial services are just, for me, are just as important as the financial services. The financial services are the one that gives them the income. The insurance and the non-financial services are the ones that prevents them to slide back. So, so it is equally important as the financial services. And next slide, please. And we have the capacity building here. The capacity building is more of the client training. We do have center modules, livelihood programs. Once they have a good sari-sari store, maybe they want to expand their business. We teach them other types of new businesses, financial awareness and financial literacy for them to be able to really manage their business properly. So these are kinds of trainings that we have. We even have we even partner with other big companies on this, like Coke is one of those that has been active in helping us train our clients into managing their sari-sari stores. So this capacity building has been a big help for our nanays in order to maximize optimize the income of their businesses. Then, of course, after the capacity, next slide, please. Capacity building, you have the education. Education is the main mission of our client of our institution is to really get them off poverty. So in order to do that, they have to have a business or they can have employment. And education is one of those that assures them that once the children graduates, they can have employment and it's a steady income and they won't slide back into poverty. So we have scholarships, we have vocational, technical and vocational courses that for children or even husbands of our clients in order to have their own business or have their own employment in order to augment the income of the family. And of course, we have after-school support programs to help them to be able to apply for a job or to be able to to have them write the resume and everything so that they can have a better job. Then we also have since Yolanda, this disaster and risk reduction management has been popular. So we have basic disaster preparedness modules, first aid trainings, and of course we have the Restart ME, Restart Micro Entrepreneur Inc. It is another organization that would give out loans to microfinance institution in case there's a calamity, so that the microfinance institution can continue financing their clients. So it's now a small program, but we are steadily increasing our portfolio. Right now we have around just over 200 million portfolio on this program. Next slide, please. And then we have the health programs. The medical missions has been very popular for us. like for example, in Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation, we do medical mission on twice a year on each branches. So we have like 230 plus branches right now. So we have like almost 500 medical missions every year. And this comes with free medicine. And it's not just our nanais, it's the family that can go to the medical mission. So it is where the children can have their checkups, the husbands and everything. The medical missions can have, we also, aside from medical missions, we have dental missions. We even have minor surgery. We even have eye checkups. So it's really a health program for our clients. And this is you know, when we started impact assessment before, we have nanais that has been with us for a long time, but most of them, a lot of them haven't really increased their income. And once we look at the history, there's always a child who got hospitalized, a husband who had an accident and got hospitalized. And these things, once these things happen, all the capital for the business goes to the payment of the hospital. So what we did is, instead of that, why not make sure that they have regular checkups so that all these can be prevented. So that's why, aside from the medical missions, we have the clinics, we have the trainings like the home remedies, we have bloodletting. And during the pandemic, since there's no face-to-face, we also have the telemedicine. We developed the telemedicine wherein clients can just call, a nurse would answer, and the nurse would be the one to contact the doctors and give the doctor will give the diagnosis. But this has been so popular, the telemedicine, that we are receiving over 20,000 calls every month right now for the telemedicine. So it's around 70,000 per quarter just for the calls for the telemedicine. Around 280,000 clients call us every year just for this. And we have 500,000 clients. So we have a program that is really reaching our clients with that. So that's a lot of calls for 500,000 clients for 1 year. So it has really a big impact, and it's really easy for them. Most of them doesn't want to see a doctor, but it's easier for them to call just to ask what's happening, have a diagnosis, and have them have the right medicine for their children. And of course, we have the business development services. Most of our clients doesn't have a formalized business, so we assist them. We encourage them to register their business, especially if their business is growing. We have talks, have webinars with BIR, with DTI, with PhilHealth, with SSS, explaining to them the benefits of registering your business, getting SSS for your employees, getting PhilHealth for yourself and your employees. And aside from that, we also have courses on packaging, branding, pricing, marketing assistance. We have some of the MFIs have online or even stores that would sell their clients' products. Then, of course, we have conferences and business summits for them, wherein they can all attend. Right now, we do it hybrid. During the pandemic, we did it online. Before that, it was face-to-face, wherein a lot of our successful clients could talk and be able to share with each other their experience and help each other with each other's business. Then now we have the environment. So 20 years ago, it was this was not included with our vision and mission, but now environment is really getting big. We have now tree planting, coastal cleanup networks wherein we clean we gather all these old nets, fishing nets, and then we send it. We import it, and they turn these nets into rugs or something useful. We have eco-friendly negosyo campaigns. These are modules or trainings that I would suggest to our clients on how they can make their business more eco-friendly. It's not something big. Simple waste basket outside your sari-sari store can really, if all the sari-sari store will do that, can really remove a lot of plastic waste from our sewage and our rivers and our creeks. And of course, we have also the environment awareness campaign, not only to our clients, but especially to the children of our clients, so that we can start them being aware at a young age. Next slide, please. So the trend in the microfinance sectors right now is to continue the provision of financial products, savings, credit, microinsurance, remittance, and financial services. And there is now there is a growing preference. There is a growing need for the individual liability, wherein there is no longer group liability. Let me explain that the main function as a group, so that if one client, we do not give out loans to individual but to the group. So the group will be the one that will pay the loans. So these are group of fives. So once that we give out the loan, it is the responsibility of the group to pay the loan of the whole group. So they check each other, they help each other in their business, making sure that each of them manage the capital well, so that they won't have repayment problem. But now a lot of our clients are wants the individual liability or individual loan, but there is still a big debate on that, because if we go into individual loan, then we go into cash flow, we go into other requirements, and that could be limiting access also to some of our potential clients. And a lot of our clients are going into individual liability, but for group liability will always be there, especially for those that are doing startups and those that are really belonging to the bottom 30% of our economy. So we also have a focus on client protection. This is under our social performance management, wherein we train our client we give them what is their rights and what is the proper way of treating our clients. We make sure that our loan officers, our branches are treating them properly, and they are not we are not doing harm to our clients. That's the real focus on that. And of course, we are also addressing over indebtedness. We know that we have evolved so far. We have so many loans what about, is there such a thing as too much loans? Of course, there is such a thing as too much loans, but so that this is something that we have managed, that we are managing right now through our credit bureau, the Midas Credit Bureau. So it is a credit bureau that we started in 2012. Now, I think it has 9 million, 90% of the microfinance industry is registered under the Midas Credit Bureau. Next slide, please. So the other trends in the microfinance sector is that the digital financial services, this will change the way microfinance will do business. Right now, we have some of the advanced MFIs that doing online banking already. So we have card, and the Cantilan Bank that has their own program that can help you transact just using your cell phone or just going online. Next slide. So next slide, please. So this is an example of Cards MRI's digital initiative. So it's almost like it's all online, and they have agents wherein you can get your loan and be able to pay your loans at the same time. They also can disburse release your loans online also. So it really is a big convenience for our clients, and most of this initiative only came out during the pandemic when we cannot go out and really be with our clients. Next slide, please. So aside from that, like we also have Connect to Card, Append Pay, GCash, PayMaya. A lot of MFIs are utilizing this also in order to reach their clients online. And here's Cantilan's icon. It is also an online app that serves their clients. So you can see there they have, you can have prepaid low bills payment, fund transfer. Everything can be done with the cell phone. And of course, our telemedicine, which is done also, ours is through phone, and it's also done online. But the thing about doing this online is that there is always a question between which is better, the human touch, the face-to-face, or online. Will online hinder the relationship? Because the microfinance institution, the reason that we have this high repayment rate for so many years is that every week we have loan officers going there in the center meetings. We have loan officers going there to talk to them. We have modules, we teach them. Even during the center meeting is a meeting, it's like a meeting of business women. So they meet there, they talk about their business, they report the status of their business, and then the loan officer would have a certain kind of modules that he would like or she would like to discuss with them that would help them in their business or in their household. So during this center meeting, it is really like a learning experience for our clients. And this type of relationship, I think, is the one that we have to be careful with, because this is a kind of relationship that brings the microfinance institution close to its clients. And going into pure online could could erase this kind of relationship. So a lot of us are still really careful about this. But of course, the more channels we have, the better for our clients in terms of channels to release the loan, disbursement of loan, or channels of repayment. So it is still a big debate actually out there, going into pure online or going back into center meetings, face-to-face, bringing the human touch with a better relationship. And these are the things that are the challenges that we are facing right now, especially after the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, it really proved to a lot of MFIs that they can exist without face-to-face. But the point is, pandemic was only 2 to 3 years. Now, if we can sustain that, then better. But the better. But if we really take out the center meeting, then it could be a different type of relationship. And this kind of relationship between the client and the loan officers before, I've heard them before. When the loan officer come, they call our loan officer teacher or maestro. And that was really something special for me, because they don't see them as collectors. They see them as teachers, and they learn something during the center meeting. Right now, once the loan officer comes, we can now see the term collector, aran ng collector. The collector, nandyan na yung collector. And this kind of, you can see the shift in that relationship. And I think that image of the loan officer as a teacher has more value to them, because it means that they are learning something. And the image of being a collector is the effect of this when we lessen the center meetings and moving towards individual loans. So you can see the effect of this in the field. But of course, there's still the question of convenience, and it's a big debate right now for the microfinance sector on what direction to take. But for me, the thing about the microfinance in the Philippines, when it comes to innovations and everything, the microfinance sector in the Philippines is one of the most innovative in the world. We have a lot of non-financial services going on that has been initiated here. We were one of the first to go into microinsurance, and we are one of those that have been able to expand our loans. But the microfinance sector can only do these things. I mean, this is our work. We are expert in this when it comes into microfinance. But outside of that, we are no longer experts. That's why we always welcome talking with other sectors and asking for help and partnerships. Most of us are really open to partnerships, and partnerships with the microfinance sector could really benefit both of us, your company and our company. We have the numbers, we have the clients, we have the farmers, we have the retailers, we have the main producers, they are the people that we meet every week. and we could serve as a bridge with you, and as a bridge between our clients and to your company. But at the same time, you can also help us in pulling our clients up to a new level, to a different level of business, because you have been doing this type of business. So like introducing them to new markets, if you can help us with our marketing, if you can help us with expanding their reach, if you can help us with technology, all of this is really, it would be a big help to our clients. And as I've said again, we always welcome this. It is always for our clients. It is always for enriching their lives and getting them out of poverty. And we have so much to thank you. So
Very much. Yeah.
at the beginning of this, I was asked to give out my contact information. So my number is 0918-820-0102. Text me or call me anytime. Maybe later Alan can post the number of also of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines office here in Ortigas, and our email. Thank you.
Gombi, can you repeat it
Yes.
again? 0918.
0918-820-0102.
Got it. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Mr. Thank you, Combi, and our star has just arrived, Robert Chipango. Robert, before you take on the chairmanship of this meeting, I'd like to ask Gombi for permission to ask a very important person, Alan Sikat, the executive director, to say a few words just to add, no? Because Gombi is the real boss, but the one behind a lot of his work is also the executive director. Gombi, is it okay for us to ask Alan to add a few words to it?
Yes.
And we want to see his face also, because he's not able. We'll call Alan. Alan.
Yes,
And
good morning, everyone. Good morning,
pwede-
Sir Ernesto.
sige, Alan, go
So
ahead.
this is Alan, the Executive Director of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines. So I think Gompi captured everything correctly with regards to with the microfinance sector, and of course the practices of microfinance institutions. So I just want to touch on what he mentioned about balancing financial services and interaction with clients. So what the real challenge now is doing a high-tech and high-touch approach, no? Because previously Gombi mentioned that the microfinance sector was low-tech, high-touch approach with the center meetings, but during the pandemic it became the struggle was to move to high-tech and low-touch approach because of the pandemic and the restrictions. But now the challenge really with microfinance institutions is balancing technology, the use of technology, and maintaining that interaction with clients, because interaction with clients ensures microfinance institutions the repayment, the high repayment. No? So that is still something that the microfinance institutions are debating or innovating at this point. No? So we are welcome to partnerships with fintechs and other types of organizations to be able to adopt both high tech and high touch approach.
Thanks, Alan. Mr. Robert, Mr. Chair for today, Sir Robert, I give the floor to you. But remember, Alan, well, maybe for the rest to know the rules. No, basically, Maki will call the people as he sees them on the screen. So please press raise your hand thing. If you don't know how to do it, just raise your hand physically. So Maki will do it in the order of presentation. Number two, the exception to the order of presentation is give opportunity to those who've not talked before, right? So they're before the regular questioners. And finally, one at the most two questions and then move to the rest, and then we can if you want. And finally, Mr. Robert, my personal request, before 9 o'clock happens, give me 5 minutes before the end, because I might ask a question or say something to our guest. Is that
Yes.
all right?
9 o'clock or 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock, not 9.
No,
Yeah,
9.
it's already 9:03.
It's
Oh,
already
gee.
9:03.
Okay, in which case, don't mind, Mr. Panko, I'd like to ask just the first question, because some of you may still be listening, and then that's it, no? Because those who are listening, some leave at 9:20, 9:45, and all that. So this is a very something I want to give Gombi immediately. Gombi, it's a very simple thing, no? We find that the private sector knows a lot that the government doesn't know, and yet the government has lots of money, and it's from us. And therefore, my simple question is this, no? Because I said we want to help where you cannot reach, no? Okay. You have many things that DSWD can do. Of course, they cannot do microfinance, but there are many things with your non-financial and all that. Just a simple question: who are you in touch with in DSWD? Because a lot of the things you do, they may be doing, but not in the creative way you've done it, no? And therefore, we find that when we connect our guest speaker here to the government, no, government's eyes are opened up, and then we do something, no. So, are you in touch with DSWD on your services? And are you in touch with a higher level so that it moves? Ulitin
No.
natin. Are you you're not? Okay,
No.
sige. We'll talk after this, because we think that one of the services of our foundation, since we have contacts, you get the private sector na magaling, hindi nag-usap sa government. Kung mag-usap man sila, the government can learn and they can use our tax money better. Okay, Gombi? So, Mr. Chairman, that's all I'm gonna say. Gombi, I look forward to talking to you. I'm a big admirer of you and your institutions, Mr. Alan Sikat. I'm glad you're young, because I'm old, and I'm glad you're young because you have much more to do and help our country. And the young are better than the old, right? Except for one thing, the women are better than the men. So sana you're a woman, but it's okay. It's okay to be a man. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ipanko. Please go ahead.
Yes. Okay, carry on, Gombi. Okay.
Yeah,
I
morning.
forgot one thing. We have to follow Bernie. Incidentally, Gombi, the real force is Bernie up, okay? And she's a woman. That's great. Okay. Robert, let's follow her suggestion. Because sabi niya, before we start the second session, we go around at the most 20 seconds. What's your name and what's your organization? Para Gombi knows who we are and we know who the others are. We can call them later. So can we do that, Mr. Robert?
Sure.
Sige,
I'll start
Maki, you
start
call
with
them,
myself. No.
please. Okay.
Okay, we better do it now before Gombi
Yeah.
answers your question.
Right,
So,
right.
Robert Ipanko of Yupanko Group, Malayan Bank, and then also Paradiso Team Farm. Thank you. We call on, let's start, go with, let's ask Oscar Barrera.
Yeah, Oscar Barrera, Field Export and MFI Polytechnic. Thank you.
Okay, and then Ernie Villaluna. Oops, you're in mute. Can you unmute, Ernie? Ernie, you're still in mute. Please unmute.
Okay, unmute.
Oops, naka-mute ka ulit.
Yeah, naka-unmute. It goes back, you know.
Okay na po.
With Microfinance Foundation. I may be on PIN, Microfinance Foundation. And I may be on PIN Foundation. Thank you.
All right, let's go to Art Pacho.
Yeah, my name is Art Pacho, retired. I live in Taguig, but I have contacts in Leyte. Thank you.
Okay, Art, you don't retire. You just change tire. Anyway, let's go to Ed Rojas. Yes.
Hi, good morning. I'm Ed Rojas, Multinational Foundation, Inc. We're a special partner institution of MAP ABCDF. Thank you.
Yes, let's go to Carolina Carlos.
Hi, I'm Carolina Carlos of RI Chemical Corporation.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's go to Ike Cineres.
Yes, I'm Ike Cineres. I head a consortium of IT companies. We can help you with IT, digital certification, fintech, telemedicine, and e-commerce. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. Let's go to Manny Tixon. Long time no see. Okay, go ahead. Manny?
Manny, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. I'm Manny Tixon. I'm retired. I live in a farm in San Pablo City, Laguna.
Okay, you don't retire, you just change tire. Anyway, let's go to Israel. Yes.
Good morning. Israel Siluk, Humanity Paradiso, Farm to Table.
Right. And did we miss Jimmy? Okay, Renaissance. Yes.
Hello, good morning. Jimmy Reyes po from Legazpi City. We have an NGO, we call it Kugus Bicol Incorporated. We have lots of possibilities to engage your organization in grassroots level livelihood programs.
All
We'd be
right.
very glad to come and get your leadership in the industry, and especially helping specific organizations in the Bicol region. Salamat po.
Fantastic. Later, you can connect, get the number of Gombi, and you can connect directly after the meeting or to our leads and needs of ABC Map. Okay, let's go to, did I miss anybody? Of course, Henry and Vivian. Let's start with Vivian from ABC Map.
Hi po, I'm PN po for MAP ABCD map po. Thank you.
There you are. And then, of course, we have Henry.
Hi po, good morning po. This is Henry Tumaniwan from MAP Secretariat po. Thank you.
Yes, and of course, we have Bernie, who was very significant in doing all of these things together. Yes. Bernie?
Hi, everyone. I'm in charge of getting the speakers. Thank you.
Fantastic. Congratulations again, Bernie. All right. Did I miss anybody? So that
Si Sir Menaleo po.
Okay. Sino? Si? Yes, Menaleo Carlos. Yes.
Hi.
Menaleo?
Hi, can you hear me? I'm Ito Carlos. I'm with
Yes,
RI
sir, we can
Chemical. And we're basically trying to reforest by growing fast-growing species.
Oh, wow. Yes. Can you open your video so we can
I'm
see you?
sorry, I can't. This thing doesn't work with the video.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Yes. No worries. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, that's probably it. Sige. So
Sir Art
Gambi.
po.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, Henry.
Si Sir Art po, tapos na po ba?
Si Art. Yes.
No,
Yes.
thank you.
Tapos na si Art.
Nakadikit naman
Yes.
buti.
Okay. So that's it as requested by, of course, our president. No. Okay.
Bernie.
So yes.
Anyway, he answered my question. So please proceed. Tinanong
Yes.
na, talk to him after the seminar. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Okay. So Gombi answered the question of maybe of Bernie. Yes.
Tapos na. You can go ahead. Nasagot na niya. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's start with the question of Ike. Okay. Go ahead, Ike, please.
Yeah, my question is, ano ang relationship niyo sa mga tao? Are they your customers or are they your members? No? On the other hand, what kind of relationships are you looking for sa supply side? Are you looking for partners or service providers?
Okay. When it comes to our clients, basically they are our customers. We call them clients. But before, there's still MFIs that calls them members. But it's not. If it is a cooperative, then most of them are members. But if it is an NGO, we do not just give out loans to our members, but also people, those that want to have loans, so anybody can have access. So it's more of a customer or a client. So yeah, and when it comes to the supply side, can you repeat the second question, please?
Yeah, are you looking for partners or service providers?
Okay. we are now trying to expand and really go into the digital area wherein we can go into online banking, but and do most of their transaction online. So there are some microfinance institutions with their own IT, but of course they have it could be limited, but there are already existing corporations out there that has been doing this, and I think there will be a lot of microfinance institutions that would be interested in that. Especially, like for example, Globe has been talking with us also, but yeah, and I've said we welcome partners. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yes. Okay. So Ernie, okay, go ahead. Yes.
You tell earlier.
Ernie Villaluna.
Villaluna, sorry.
Yes.
The best. Go ahead.
Well, you mentioned about telemedicine.
Yes.
Are you involved with this group of Boots Hoxon?
No.
Okay. Boots Hoxon, actually, the family came from Silay, you know. It's also an Ilog. I'm also from, you know.
Yes.
Okay. Now you were talking also about digital technology. You know, I'm with Jaime B. Ongpin Foundation, Microfinance Foundation, and also the on the.
Yeah, I know Jaime
I
in
was just
Baguio.
reading something like this JICA technology on the digital technology on the value chain. You know, I have not really gone thoroughly, but I think that was offered to our foundation. You know, I was just don't know whether you've gone to that JICA in the Japanese group. You know. Thank you.
I think Alan, are you familiar with that?
You said JICA. No, we have not yet heard about it.
Okay. Anyway, I was just wondering, you know, but that is fairly new that was offered to our foundation.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Ernie. And maybe other questions. Yeah. Okay. See, Jimmy. Okay, you want to
Yes,
ask? Yes.
Robert. The question I would like to ask Gombi is the fact when he says you have a 70 billion portfolio, is that a total amount of money available for loaning purposes, or is that the amount that you have loaned so far, and that's your current involvement? Or the second question to that is that if a member or an organization in our group would like to avail of your services, your loaning services, kanino ipapadala sa rural bank ba na credit union or directly to your organization, the Microfinance Council?
Okay. First of all, yung 70 billion portfolio, these are all loans outstanding. Not counting the interest. These are all principal. So these are all loans outstanding. Nandyan yung lahat sa labas. These are only by the 30 microfinance NGOs that are accredited by the MNRC. The second is if there is a group or somebody that would want to loan, I think it's better if we go through the Microfinance Council, because there are only a few of my organization is not even national, but there are only a few organizations that are present nationwide. So the Microfinance Council of the Philippines can give the names of the organization that are existing where your group are, so that they can serve you better.
Salamat po. Pero are we saying that you are only national, or you have regional branches or something?
In terms of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines, of course, we have like 30 microfinance NGOs. Most of them are just regional. Like for example, my organization, like Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation, we are just present in the Visayas and the southern Luzon. So we're not even in Mindanao and northern Luzon yet. There are only like a few MFIs that I can say that are really national. I think there's the one that are really national is ASA Philippines and Card and Card NGO and Card Bank. So yeah, most of us are still regional.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
But
yes.
in terms of partnerships, like for example, we partner with different sectors. Also, we right now we have a partnership with Fish Right. We are teaching. Fish Right is teaching how to fish properly, and then we finance their project. So yeah, we are open to that.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Yes, yes. So are there any question? Because I also have a question. So siguro tatanong ko na muna while waiting for the rest to ask questions. We know, Gombi, your time is valuable. Up to what time can you make it, Gombi?
Oh, I can make it until 10. Yeah.
Okay, good, good. So we have a little more time.
No problem. Yeah.
Yes. So Gombi, first I'll ask, how are you related to Vilma Maramba?
Vilma Maramba. Vilma Posadas Maramba.
Yes, correct, correct. Yeah, Vilma Posadas.
May yung late husband niya, si Tito Art, is a brother of my father.
Right, right. Because she's working with us sa Yamaha, and now she's in America. Yes, okay. And Gombi, second question is, how do you differentiate you with the si Card, no? So si Aris, because he was also a good speaker in our map a couple of months ago. Are you competitors? Are they bigger? Or you big guys are bigger? How do you compare yourself with Card?
With Card? No, I don't see us as competitors. Before, that's what we thought, that when we operate in one area, then we will compete. But no, it's not. There are several segments of ng poor, no? And I think it really, there are some microfinance clients that are comfortable with our system. But there are also some that are more comfortable with their system. So it's not really like a competition, but it's more of augmenting each other. Yung hindi ko ma-serve, siniserve ni Aris, yung hindi niya ma-serve, I'm the one, he will be the one serving it.
Kasi when I'm listening to your presentation, parang eksakto mukha ng Card. So did you copy them, or did they copy you, or did you just accidentally be like, pareho, kaya nila, girls, ganyan, etc., etc. So
yung card at saka MWTF started around the same time. So yung pag-evolve namin, we evolved differently. They started with Grameen, and then they started doing ASHA methodology. So so medyo pinasok na nila yung individual loan.
Okay.
Kami naman, we are sticking with pure Grameen. We're sticking with pure Grameen. So para group lending pa rin kami.
Group lending.
Yeah, so we are doing that. So totally we have two different methodologies, but we evolved separately. But
interesting. Yeah.
Right now, I mean, sa MIDAS, we Card and NWTF are together there as board. Restart Me, we are also both on the board. Yeah. Aris Alip, last 2 weeks ago, was in Bacolod. We had dinner, so yeah, we are very close.
Good. You should collaborate. Interestingly, just going out question now from me before we call Israel. Okay. Gombi, do you have more customer, or do you have less customer, meaning, or less money? Ano bang problema ninyo to sustain your growth? get more customer or to get more investor or money?
Okay. Yung kailangan namin ngayon,
Correct. Yeah.
actually nandun na yun. Of course, we need money right now kasi I mean sa pandemic, I mean we almost lost around 20% of our portfolio. It is still there. Hindi pa namin ano yon. Basically sa books na write-off na yon, but we are still in contact with our clients, but these are the clients that have been heavily affected during the pandemic. And hindi naman namin gusto, we don't want that to force them to pay right away. So we have to give them time. We even give them bridge loans and restructuring and everything. So of course we need money.
Yeah.
But,
So
yeah.
yes. So are you profitable? What's your return on equity, more or less? Kasi baka dyan natin lagay yung Maharlika Fund. Anyway, so
right
are you
now,
profitable?
Yung 2022 namin, may profit na kami. Positive kami. 2020 doon pa may negative, but after that okay na.
Good. Congratulations. Yes.
Even during the pandemic, we were having pag hindi lang yung strict lockdowns, we were having like 80% repayment rate.
All right, good. Okay, Israel, carry on, go. Yeah.
Thank you, Gompi, for your kind heart for leading this wonderful organization. My question po is, I'm curious because last time when I heard Card present, most of their clients also were women. Now you also shared that most of your clients, mostly women. In fact, probably all of them are women. Why is that? And then what are the pain points po that you are facing with them? And what's your growth plan?
Okay. Women kasi, Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation kami, ang WTF. So yung boss ko, si late Dr. Cecil Del Castillo, when she envisioned this foundation, this NGO, she really started working with women. Because during that time, alam mo naman, we all know sa Negros, it's a monocrop island, sugarcane. Most of the husbands, yung mga lalaki, they have jobs. But yung mga babae, wala. So she said that if we can make them productive, then it would help lessen poverty. So that's why when she started in '84, it was really focused on women. And but during the time, it was a cooperative. Then we went into microfinance and we still focus on women. Nagka-timing lang talaga na yung Grameen, babae din. Yung ibang microfinance, babae din. But kami talaga, focus namin is women. Kasi on the name itself, Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation, it should be women. But microfinance as a whole, they have proven na pag the women can manage money better. Pwede daw, maybe the husband has the idea, sometimes the husband helps in the business, the husband runs the business, could run the business.
Yeah.
But if it's the wife that holds the money, it's better.
Yeah. Sabi rin ni Aris Card. Pareho kayong sinabi. So, pwede ba akong pumasok sa Loan to Beautiful Women? Gawin mo akong in charge, no? To take care of that. No, anyway, let's go to Oscar. Yes, Oscar, carry on. Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering about your interest rate of 2.5 to 3%.
Yes.
Of course, that will be bearable, of course, if the business or the borrower can make more than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but if there is a way for you to reduce or your overhead cost, a lot of that probably can. I was wondering, okay, Yeah, okay. Last year there was there was this big political campaign. We had things, but it generated a lot of the spirit of volunteerism, and that I recall about I think about 2 years ago or 1 year ago, we had a resource speaker also. This was from Pakistan. I think he was the Minister of Finance or something. Anyway, high government official, and he was the Ramon Magsaysay awardee for, I think, 2022. Anyway, he founded also something like a microfinance. But what was very outstanding was that his group was able to, and his profit, I mean, self-sustaining. They've been able to lend at very, very low interest rate of 1%, 0.5% only. And the secret actually was that I would say maybe 3/4 or 2/3 of his operating personnel were working more on a pro bono basis or pure volunteerism on the part of those Pakistanis. Now, I'm wondering, and I'm actually suggesting, if somehow your group could kind of get in contact with a lot of people, most of them retired, but who have this spirit of volunteerism anyway for the country, and tap onto them, such that, for example, your collectors, uh, maybe people whom you only pay, let's say, half of the normal salary, because they are contributing their political efforts, or let's say, no, sociological spirit into the campaign. So this is basically my suggestion. I think there's still a lot of those people. I would say about maybe 30% of the voting population was of that concept anyway, volunteerism. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's that's very, but the way I see the future of microfinance in the Philippines right now is that we will be able to widen the differences among microfinance institutions. Like now with the online, it could be volunteerism, like people would volunteer and only get half the salary, or maybe they could be really high tech that they don't need a lot of people because mostly it's done digitally and online. So this could be more efficient and purely financial, wherein they can give interest rates like 1% or even less than 1%. So that could be at the other side of over here, but on the other side could still be microfinance institution that do a lot of things. Still center meetings, going out the rural areas, going to the far-flung areas where the poor are, serving the poorer clients, doing a lot of non-financial services, doing a lot of capacity building and health programs, but charging a higher interest rate because of the cost of that. And I think if that happens, that would be really great for the country, because now our clients, the people who are loaning from microfinance institution have a wider choice where it suits them properly. I think most people in the urban areas would like to have a online low interest rate kind of thing, because they're too busy to attend center meetings and all those things. But maybe in the rural areas, since there are less medical missions, there are no clinics, there are no training programs there, maybe clients would opt for microfinance with the non-financial services. So this evolution, although it will widen the gap between the services being offered by each microfinance institution, this will allow us also to serve mostly the unserved, the unbanked, and the people that we want to help. So I think that would be one thing that would be really great if we can achieve that. Thank you.
Right. So, Oscar, na-answer ba? Yes, because we'll now go to, if that was answered, we'll go now to Ernie. Yes, go ahead, Ernie.
Well, it's good because this is a follow-up, no?
Yeah.
You know, when this person came as our guest, he's the Magsaysay awardee. Oscar was impressed and so was I. You're lending massively at 0 or 1% interest. Now, our follow-up, since we're useless unless we take action, right, Gombi? We want to take action. So we have this speech, so what, right? So we had a resolution that we'd go to the embassy, and of course they said we'd send people there. Of course, that could be a junket, no, at Mahal yun. And after that, what do we get, right? The contrary thing is that they would send a person here, and this person would stay with us, right, for 2 weeks, really see everything and teach us talagang tuturuan tayo. Now, we know of Aris, we know of you, right? So I'd like to make this request. You can direct, or you can do it yourself. You tell me who'll do it because I want to follow this up. They have not responded, no? But now if you come back by us and we go back to the Pakistan ambassador, we say, hey, we had a suggestion, wala nangyari. We have another one, but now we have a live person in Gombe or whoever, right? And we now together asking you, can you send this guy here? Because actually, we can talk about these things, but if this guy comes here for 2 weeks and lives with us and knows our problems, no, he might actually teach us rather than send people there on the junket. And I know all about junkets, right? But they'll come here and live with us for two weeks, right? And teach us, right? I mean, maybe can't teach us anything. So can I request you or whoever you direct, no? Who can I deal with? I want to make this appointment kasi kung kami lang, wala nangyari. Kung kasama kayo, you're the live people, may mangyari. And I think they'll plan for this guy to come. Would you like that? Would you like a guy to come here to share all this technology they have in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So who will I talk to, Gombe or you? I want to make this arrangement. So when you go to the embassy, ikaw na kausap, hindi kami, wala alam dyan. You know what I mean? So who? Are you live in Bacolod or where do you live? In Manila or Bacolod?
I live in Bacolod, although I'm in Manila right now. But I think Alan would be, you can CC me, you can contact me anytime. But of course, Alan should, because Alan is here in Metro Manila.
Okay, so Alan, mabilis, right? O sige. So Mr. Chairman of today. So Robert, I want to do that. Fail the first time. With Gombe, we probably succeed because he succeeds so well, di ba? So Gombe, o sige. So Alan, bigyan mo na phone. Also for all of you, no, because Gombe is the boss, but Alan's here, easy to deal with, no? So Alan, can you just speak and give us your cell phone or office phone so we can call you? I want to make this happen. Alam mo, you're ito lang sasabihin ko, no? You are rated on how many people you help. We want to be rated not on the forums, but what happens after the forums. And we failed here. With you, we can succeed. At least we get this guy here. Baka may alam siya, di ba? Sige. So Alan, what's the phone number if possible?
Type it, or type it in the chat box. It's there.
I don't like chat box. I don't like.
O sige, so dictate mo ngayon.
Sige, my mobile number is 0917
Yes.
3754892.
Ulit, 0917 what?
3754892.
37548. Thank you. Okay. So we want to deliver, Gombe. So with your inspiration there, we hope we can take it into action. Sige, Robert, thank you for
yes,
the
may kulang ha. 0917-375-4892. Yun. All right, ha? Sige, so are you related to Alan Hans Sikat? No.
Hindi naman. Nakausap ko na si Hans. We concluded that we are not related. But probably distantly related, no? But
all right,
not immediately related.
Good guy, yeah, he's also a banker kasi. So now,
you're both great, pare. You're doing good work.
Great, yeah. Okay, ngayon, better make sure lang, Mr. President, kasi yung Pakistan, parang Bombay rin yun. Baka ituro sa atin 5-6, no? Mas mapapasama pa tayo niyan, no? Ngayon, 3-5 na tayo or 3-4. Si Gombe, I'm surprised, Gombe, no, just on the record, no, because I'm also we run YL Finance, Malayan Bank, then Smart Care as a microfinance, no. Yung effective rate mo 2% to 3.5%, that's nominal. Effective rate nyon is like almost double, right? Diba?
Yep.
And then your return on equity is very low. Sabi mo barely. And then you're saying your mortality, that means na yung nagbabayad is only is 98%. So
Yes.
you better check your financials kasi kung maganda yung bayad, mataas yung rate mo, bakit maliit ang kita mo?
Yeah. Like for example, kahapon lang we were before I left Bacolod, I finished my report to the board. So like for example, yung operating yung OSS namin, operating sustainability namin is actually 191%. That is big. That is huge.
Yeah.
So what 191%, and that reflects the interest rates.
What did you say? 191 is what? Sir?
Yeah, 191%, 191%.
What's that? The return?
Yeah, no. Operating self-sustainable. Yeah, yung return namin. So for every 100 peso we invest, 91% yung balik. So, but of course, yung expenses naman, these are the operations only.
Yun
outside of operations are the non-financial services. Outside of the operation are the capacity building. So ito naman, magdi-drain na naman yan. By the end of the year, ang konti lang talaga na hindi ganun kalaki yung income. Whatever income we have, we use for expansion. Minsan kulang pa. Like this year, I was supposed to expand to 50 new branches. We had to cut it down to 30 because of lack of funds. But that's the way we want to operate. Wherein we have lots of non-financial services for them. So kaya medyo malaki ang cost.
Okay, so maybe that's right what Ernest is planning to do, to invite that Pakistani. And then Oscar's comment also is medyo right na baka may mga pro bono dyan, like mga teachers or whatever. Or yung style ng anong tawag dito, yung ano ba yung sugal ng probinsya? They sa collection, ang bayad lang, walang sweldo. But kung nagbayad yung may utang, they are the collectors, you just give them a commission. So variable cost.
Yeah.
So look into that, Gombi, no? At the same time, hindi na uso yung branches. See, we have we're servicing MRI. No, really. To have a branch in our Malayan Bank branch or any branch, it will cost you 15 to 20 million per branch, no? But tingnan mo yung CIMB. CIMB is the biggest. The sales is 4 trillion. They're servicing GCash. You know ilang branches nila, Gombi? Yes. Ilan ang branches ng CIMB?
Wala.
Yes?
Wala.
Wala. Correct. They have 0 branch, but their sales is 4 to 5 trillion.
Yeah.
One of the biggest. No? Wala silang branch. Okay. So all about GCash. Okay. All about just digital. So I'm trying to tell you, perhaps because all the how do you say that, nagwa-Wi-Fi na yung buong mga probinsya.
Yes.
Tapos the mga girls are also very savvy na sila in the, what do you call that, in the, savvy sila sa, how do you call that, yung cell phones. I think go into digital, Gandhi. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes.
That's yun nga, kailangan namin
nasa cellphone ako. Okay, nasa phone. Go ahead, Gambi. Yeah.
We have to do some segmentation. Like in our organization, old clients has been with us for more than 3 years, has been with loaning, have a good repayment. Why not go digital? They can always.
Correct.
You already have that relationship. So, but of course, it has to be combined also with those incoming clients that you still have to develop some form of trust and the history with them, so that maybe you can start with human touch or the face-to-face and slowly move into digital. It could happen that way also. But the thing is, right now, the digital is really happening, and during a lot of MFIs right now are open into it, because during the pandemic, it has proven that clients are still willing to pay even without the center meeting or without face-to-face meeting.
Very good. Yes, excellent. No, Ike has been waiting. Okay, so Ike, carry on a follow-up question. Ike?
Yes, Gombi. I want to ask you about awareness. No? Aware na ba ang majority ng tao about microfinance sector o industry? Kasi parang marami hindi nakakaalam. Marami pa rin pumupunta sa 5-6, sa pawn shop. Can I have percentage of your market share, total population?
I'm not familiar sa market share because hindi natin alam kung ilan yung naglo-loan sa 5-6. But I did a research once with the 5-6. It turned out that we cannot compete against the 5-6. The 5-6, punta sila doon since they are the one that they own the money. They are the one. The owner is the one lending. When they go to the market, somebody wants to take a loan, they look at the business, then they can instantly decide if they can give a loan or not. We have a certain process to follow. So when the stocks is there, nag-deliver, let's say, if you sell bananas, bigla nag-deliver isang truck ng banana ang isang farmer sa tindahan, then the retailer would rather go to the 5-6 because they can get the money instantly rather than us. So we cannot compete. So it is still something that we have been trying to study. We did some pilots already, but as of now we haven't had that system wherein we can instantly just release money. So that's the. But the good thing is, if it doesn't matter if it is 5-6, pawn shop, microfinance, cooperatives or what, if people are loaning, then it means there is a certain utility that they like. That's why they continue to loan there. So there is a certain benefit for them.
What about yung sa farm gate?
Yeah.
Yung mga komprador na nagpapautang na hindi makaalis yung mga farmer. Are you looking into that?
Yeah. Ito yung, kaya lang, ang reach namin sa agriculture is not that far. We are still going into agriculture. It is mostly still underdeveloped, but we went into that. The problem with that is that this kind of system has been going on for so long already that they are used to it. Even though pag pinasok namin to, they will still continue that system. So there's a tendency of over-indebted pag pinasok mo pa. But to do, excuse me, to be able to do that, we need certain expertise, we need certain capacity that we don't have, right? For example, if we want to go into palay farmers, then we must have our own mill, we must have our own rice distribution, we should market our own rice and everything. I think this is something that we can partner with you guys if you are into this. Because these are things that we are not expert of. We only know how to assess loans and do microfinance. But when it comes to this, we need help here, and we want to partner. So it's not just rice, but if it is a different crop, it would be a different thing again. So that's why we need the capacity also to do that.
Thank you.
All right. So, well, we have less than 15 minutes left, no? But that gives us chance to guys to entertain a few follow-up questions. Ernie, are you raising your hand? I mean, Ernie to Engineer Villaluna, are you raising your hand or nakalimutan mo lang?
No.
No.
Robert, may I ask?
Yes. Yes, Bernie, quickly before we call Ernie Ordonez naman. Yeah.
Sige.
Go ahead.
Gombi, my question is, can you describe the kind of businesses the borrowers have with you? Are they basically in buy and sell?
Yeah, 60% of them are into retailing. Siguro mga 80% is into buy and sell, which is both retailing and wholesaling. Only 20% are divided into agriculture, manufacturing, food processing, services, and all those things. But yeah, mostly 60 to 80% are into buy and sell.
Okay, thank you. Ernie, ikaw na ata. Ernie Ordonez.
Sige, na-free si Robert Yun.
Dahil lumipat ako ng setting para for a change dahil puro paintings naman. Yes, go ahead, yes.
Always want
So
to give the
Ernie,
time.
please.
Baka meron pa Mga iba muna. Wala na ba? Mga iba.
Well, meron pa, but
Iba na. I'm not important. I can do mine by follow-up question by phone. Sila muna.
Okay, so Oscar.
Yeah, I think we're discussing now more on agriculture. Well, we're agricultural oriented kasi in our forum, no? And we are searching how to help agriculture. And I think we're now getting to conclude that one of the problems of agriculture is the financing of the farmers. So here we have now an example that the microfinance group, your microfinance group, is kind of hesitant to go into agriculture because you don't have the expertise maybe to handle a rice mill and then marketing and so on. So so that is the gap, that is the problem. How to finance farmers and still get connected to the market, to the final market.
Yeah.
So and then of course I guess that's where the Department of Agriculture or whoever is the Secretary of Agriculture, the President right now. I think somehow this seems to be the issue about agriculture. That is the big gap. However, you are from Negros, and I'm sure you're familiar with with the sugar industry. That it used to be financed, or maybe now it still is. They call that the Kedan system, where a farmer technically owns the production. He just has his sugarcane processed in the central, but then he retains ownership. What is it, 40% or vice versa, maybe 60%?
65%.
Right, a certain percentage of the production is technically owned by the plantation, call it planters ang tawag, okay, not farmers, planters. And then the planters, they kind of ride on na lang, I think, when the central, who has a also accumulated, let's say 40% or so on,
parang
in their bodega, and they're selling it. The plantation people, they kind of ride on and say, "O, sama na rin kami in the selling to the distributor or the big trader, sugar trader." And so the negotiation on the marketing price of the sugar is handled really more by the central people, centralistas, who are more financially sophisticated in bargaining. In other words, the bargaining position is more or less equal with the traders. Now, in the rice and corn industry, for example, walang ganyan eh. And therefore, the farmers who are not financially sophisticated are at the mercy of the rice trader. Actually, the rice trader calls the shots on the pricing, and that's forever. going on for the last 50 years of the land reform. And our rice and corn farmers are forever poor, hand to mouth talaga. They have no bargaining power. So there has to be an organization, maybe the cooperatives should be strengthened, and so they have a stronger bargaining position. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be done, but that Kedan system, basically the warehousing receipt law, I think there's a bill in Congress being sponsored by the central bank that is awaiting to be passed. And well, we should try to encourage that bill to be passed so that even commercial banks will start to open up again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, because as a microfinance institution, we also piloted with agriculture. Like for example, what I did, I call it a micro crop loan, because during the time before the Shenderos, the big haciendas in Negros, they have the crop loan, and the Kedan is the one that is, or your future produce is the one that will be your collateral. Now, so we also made our own, which is the micro crop loan, which is primarily for the agrarian reform beneficiaries. So it was a full financing, and supposed to be the standing crop will be the one that will be collateralized. It did well on the first year. I had 78% repayment rate, so that's almost even. But after that, we tried to change some of our system. Then the repayment start, and of course there's the problem with the pricing, because once the price dropped, then the repayment will also drop, and it became not sustainable with us. But the thing is that since we are unlike the banks, that we don't have contacts with the central and the associations, the mills and the associations, and all this, and the traders, we cannot hold their Kedans. So once the we finance them to plant their sugarcane, but then once other people would see that their sugarcane are doing well, it's growing well, it's big, it's healthy, here comes the standing crop buyers. They would buy the standing crop, so we lose our capital. So that's a big problem there. So I guess it's because we were just into the financing side. I mean, we have to cater also to the other side, which is how do you deal with the standing crop? We have to have our own tracking. We have to have our own tapacero, or the cane cutters that would cut the. We didn't have those. These other financiers, they have that. So that's it's the same case that we didn't have that capacity. But we are not giving up on that. We are still working on that. But that's why as I have said since the start, if we need partnerships, we need to work with somebody who knows this, somebody who can augment what we are lacking to make this work. Thank you.
You are. It's 4 minutes to 10, guys. No, and wow, so interesting Gombi yung topic, no? So
Sige, 1 minute. I want to accept our agreement. I have 2 jobs. First, DSWD, you're doing things that they're doing. They never talk to you. I want them to hear from you. It is my job. It's our job to make this happen. Number 2, it's our job to bring it to the Pakistan embassy to get this person here, so he'll fly here. Okay. So Mr. Maki, alias, I call him Maki, is my friend. Okay, make sure we do that, because we don't do that, then we are gonna betray Gombi's mission. He wants to help, and they know a lot of stuff, right? So Maki, make sure we do that, because if we don't do that, we should be fired. Okay? Sige, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I guess, we did not end it at 9. Gusto gave you as our certificate of appreciation and participation. So we're just gonna do it all together. Yes, now. Yes. So we'd like to, of course, in behalf of Management Association ABCDF Foundation, we're giving you, Gambi, this certificate of appreciation as a resource speaker, signed by our president, Ernesto Ordonez, and our chairman, Julius Barcelona. Super salamat, Gambi, for
Thank
being
you.
our
Thank
speaker.
you.
Yes. And what do you call that? We will contact you. Diretso na kayo. Yes. I will also propose to you, ginagamit rin ng card yung, of course, the cloud business, which is going to bring down your cost. So I think, tingnan mo, Gambi, yung bring down your cost. No?
Okay.
So because anong tawag dito, you have already all the basics. No? So yun. And without much ado, we'd like to, of course, for next week, we will have the Philippine coconut products in Paris. Wow. No? And then, of course, that's going to be January 24, guys. So tune in. Yes. Bernie, thank you for that schedule. No? And we will like to end this, okay, exactly 1 minute to 10. Of course, to thank everybody for participating. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Sir Robert.
you.
Hello po. Sir Robert, mag-request lang po ako ng picture taking po.
Yes. Okay, yun
Yeah.
importante. Picture, dyan tayo magaling.
Thank you
Di ba?
po.
Okay, smile.
Pa-open na lang po ng camera. Thank you po.
Picture. You know.
Okay,
Why
in
not
3,
ito?
2...
Yan. Ito, love. Yes.
Alright, Sir Jimmy.
Yes, okay.
Alright, and 3, 2, 1, smile. Sir Jimmy, hindi ka po nakabukas. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay na po. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, of course,
Thank you.
Gabby and
Thank you.
everybody. Okay, we'll see you next week. By
Thank
the way,
you.
quickly lang, we have the Power of Three sa Team Farm sa aming Paradiso. We're sending free invitation to you guys. Ang team natin is Let's Revolutionize Sibuyas. Okay? Right, okay. Okay, so thank you guys.
In onion, there is strength.
Onions.
Thank you.
In onion, there is
Bye-bye.
strength. Okay, in onion, sabi ng Bisaya, no?
Onion.
In onion, there is strength. Yan ang team namin. All right?
Thank you,
Okay.
Gombi and Alan.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
to our
Bye.
friends and members. Join us
Thank you.
again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.